introduce us.
All right, so today is another review we're going to do. I have another Hooligan member, Anthony, in the building, and today we watched Old. As you can see, it is an M. Night Shyamalan thriller about a group of people that go to an island and rapidly grow, like every
Age
age every hour, not grow.
Yeah,
The kiddos were growing.
just grow up to be giants at the end
Right?
of the movie.
Just freaking ogres. But yeah, what did you think about this film, Anthony? First impressions.
My first impressions, obviously, I thought it was a really good concept. I loved the concept of it. I thought it could have been executed great, like amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it reached its full potential, but I thought it was pretty interesting. I thought it was fun to watch, and I liked it. What did you think?
I think this was a really cool concept, like you said, but it was a real crazy movie to watch because
it was crazy.
There was so much going on.
Yeah.
Like, it was really fast paced. There was so much going on, like, every single minute. So it does keep you entertained in that aspect.
Yeah.
But I guess just what are some things that impressed you about the movie? We can go with that and to
Some
give
things
them
that impressed me.
a good understanding.
Okay, I don't know how you...
Face ID.
I don't know how you felt, but I thought the effects of like the kids growing up, I thought that was amazing.
Oh yeah, the actors. They picked various actors for when they were growing up.
Spot on. Like, it really seemed like they just slowly got older and older. The actors and actresses that they picked for the kids as they were growing up, that was amazing. I thought, because it looked so realistic. Yeah, that was my favorite part of the movie, is how realistic them aging looked.
Yeah,
it was amazing.
It was really consistent with how every single actor looked. Like, that legit looked like that's how they would have been when they're like adults.
Yeah, it was crazy. When
they're middle aged or whatever.
Even the girl at the very end looked a little different. But the main kid, the kid,
yeah,
he looked, even like as in his adult phase. Like, at the end of the movie, he looked just like he looked as a kid almost.
I know, it was kind of freaky. It was like kind of freaky how perfect they did it.
Yeah. What did you think?
But just to piggyback off that, for just something else that I found really, really interesting was I really like the concept that even though the different actors, like, they were different actors as they were growing up, they started growing when they were like real young, like 6 years old, and they started aging. But that didn't change the way they thought. They still were thinking like little kids. Like, they still thought they were little kids. They were still thinking like they were little kids.
Yeah, I don't know.
Which is good and bad because
it's hard to execute. Yeah. Because you really have to keep that up the whole movie. Because if you don't keep it up, then it's going to be noticeable.
Yeah. Like,
and I think it was noticeable.
After a while, they do stop acting like little kids, and they have this... When it's not their fault, it's really the writing of the movie.
Yeah.
They start acting like they know all of this, like, adult stuff. And it's just like, you were just a kid a second ago. You don't just all of a sudden have this knowledge.
Yeah.
Just because you grew on this mysterious island. Like, that just didn't make sense to me, but, you know.
It would make sense because, like, as they age, like, our brains start to think differently. So you would think they would start to think of things differently, but it's not like they were taught things. It's not like they learned new things. You know, it was like one day. Yeah. They're on this island for one day.
Yeah.
So for 1 day difference, like, there's only so much it can change.
Yeah.
But
it was a real creative concept.
Yeah.
That I liked a lot.
Yeah. Overall, I loved the concept. We keep saying that. The movie was good, I think. Mm-hmm. There was quite a bit that I didn't like about it, though. And
like any Shyamalan movie, it did have a crazy twist ending, but it's pretty funny because I kept going back and forth with Anthony since the beginning of the movie because I know he likes to connect every little detail. And I was like, hey, bro, that guy's important. And I was like, hey, that thing they just did, that's probably important for the end of the movie.
Yeah.
And turns out it was. So it is a little predictable. If you know what the director likes to do, then you'll probably pick up on it pretty quick. But it's still a unique twist at the end for what they did, which we'll get into later on if you want to stick around.
Yeah, we're going to do like the last 2 minutes of this is going to be a mini spoiler. And we'll talk about some more things. But like I said, there's a lot of things that I didn't like.
Yeah. You want to get into that first?
Yeah. I thought... so they're on this island for a day and they're aging. So obviously they're gonna start to, kind of go crazy, or not necessarily go crazy, but they start to act weird. I feel like that's kind of natural.
Yeah.
Because like, it's a crazy event that's happening, but I feel like it was them acting crazy was trying to cover up the terrible dialogue in this movie. I thought it was trash. It was bad. Like, there'd be like times where I don't even know what they were talking about. Like, I remember talking to you. I'm like, what are they talking about? And you're like, I have no clue.
And it wasn't even important really either.
Yeah. Or those just the wording, like the writing, just like the phrases that they said. It was weird. Like, I don't know. That was like the biggest thing for me, is like, I feel like the writing could have been a lot better.
Yeah. But before I get into this con, I forgot one last pro. There's a rapper in this movie named Midsize Sedan.
Midsize Sedan. That was awesome.
That's so funny.
It's gonna be me. Midsize Sedan.
You're gonna be mid-sized Honda. No, but no, I totally agree with Anthony. The writing was pretty bad. I thought the actors did not an okay job for what they were given, but it was pretty bad.
I don't know. I thought the actors were okay.
I think it was one of Shyamalan's weakest scripts.
Oh, definitely.
Like, it was written pretty bad.
Okay, you know that the kid's mother? I feel like she was a terrible actress. When I'm not gonna say a spoiler, but there's this time where
something traumatic happens to her.
Yeah, something traumatic was going to happen, or they had to make a choice, and she was like, "No, I will not let my son do that." Did you catch that?
Where's my son? I can't find him.
Oh, it was, I don't know. And then, that just reminded me. Whoa, shit. That reminded me. Okay, when the kid's first transition of being older, the dad walks up and he's like, "Hey, where are my kids?" And they're like standing right in front of him. They look like a year older, like basically the same. He's like, "Where's my kids?"
But it's funny because those, even though they're older, those older kids didn't arrive on the island with him, and he knows that. So it's like, take the hint kind of thing.
What do you mean?
Like, they know who they arrived on the island with.
Right.
They had this group.
Right.
And so all of a sudden these older kids are there.
But they look the exact same.
Yeah, exactly.
Like 1 year older,
their likeness
basically
is very
taller.
similar.
And he's like,
"That's not
where
my
are my
son.
kids?"
That's not my son.
Oh, that's him?
I mean, it is kind of crazy to see that if it was real.
Yeah.
But I mean,
I don't know. Jeez.
I'm sorry. Another thing about this film was, to me, it felt super fast paced, but the movie felt really long. Is that just me? The movie felt really long. It was really the scenes were super fast. A lot was going on, but it felt long.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of questions that weren't. So the pacing was pretty bad, and there were a lot of questions that weren't really answered. Like, the biggest one was, what exactly? What made the island bad? Like, what made them age on the island? What mysterious force?
And what kept them on the island?
We did get some answers to some of the things that happened to them, but not the entire concept of the island.
Yeah.
Like, is it
I think
science?
This reminds me almost like a Maze Runner, is what it reminds me of.
Really?
Yeah. And so it makes me think they're gonna try to do a second movie. I hope not, because I don't know.
I don't think they should.
Yeah, but I think they're trying to leave that open to a second movie
interpretation.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I really don't think they should, to be honest. I just think now that we saw how interesting the concept would be, I don't see a point. Plus, we can't give it away, Danny. We'll talk about it later.
Okay, can we talk on one big thing?
What's up?
The camera angles, the camera shots. What did you think?
Dude, they were really shaky. And what did you point out about the time? The clock? How the cameras...
Yeah, so I read that it I guess in some of the scenes it went in a pendulum type motion.
Pendulum, yeah.
But I didn't notice it.
I didn't really either.
I just noticed it moved way too much.
Yeah, the camera moved a lot.
It would get this close to the character's face.
Yeah.
And
up in their grill, and I'm like...
Or that time, there's this time where I was like, dude, I'm getting dizzy. Because it just kept going in a circle slowly. And I'm like, I just want to see everybody. You know what I'm talking about?
I like those scenes because when it was like it would show like a round group of people in a circle, and the camera would spin and be in the middle, spin in a circle.
I didn't like that.
To show everyone. No, I didn't. I liked it, but then I didn't like it because I thought it was spinning because it was going to show them changing.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And that didn't happen. It was just a straight circle.
It was just
show
them
everybody.
acting out the scene, but you only got to see a little bit at a time.
Yeah, you heard them talking around and stuff, but it was just I didn't like it. Yeah, no, I agree.
The whole camera shots were whack.
Yeah. For me, finally, I guess it was just I don't know why this movie is PG-13. It's not. This isn't really a con, but it could have been rated R. Like there was a lot they held back from. You could tell. Totally.
If it was rated R, it probably wouldn't change my rating.
It would be a disturbing movie though.
But it would have been better. I think it would have been better.
See, I don't know if it would have been better, but I think
the scenes would have made more of an impact.
Yeah. It would have been a lot more, like I said, not gruesome, I guess, but it would have been a lot more like freaky.
Yeah,
like creepy.
It had
to see that
it had potential there, and then
And last but not least, for me, also the special effects were pretty bad. They had the CGI a nosebleed. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
Like it just looked like it was special effects.
It was like different color.
Yeah.
And it
was really, really weird.
Okay, what was up with that guy anyways? He was like
mid-sized sedan.
Yeah. I feel like they could have left him out, honestly.
He was just there to be like, oh, I was first here, I guess.
Yeah. I didn't understand that.
Yeah. And then there was some weird plot holes that
I don't think he was a good actor either.
So that's pretty much the end of our thing. What were you saying? In this what? I'm sorry.
I didn't think the consistency was there as far as how the time affected everything. I don't think it was even,
Yeah, like it started real slow, and then all of a sudden they're like, "Oh, every 30 minutes we age a year or whatever."
Yeah, and the kids they aged like 2 or 3 times in the beginning, and the parents say the exact same, and they're like, "Oh, it's just because they're already old." That was basically the excuse they gave.
They're gonna get wrinkles. That's it.
Yeah, I'm like, that's not. I don't know. They could have made them look older.
Yeah, because even when they were like in their, like, they would have had to. They didn't. It was weird because they didn't really like grow super old until like towards the end of the movie because they needed an excuse for them to like look really really old.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like all of a sudden they were like looking good in middle age and then at the end they're like, oh wait, well they aged real fast. But then it's like they should have been aging rapidly like everyone else. Or it should have shown it at least better.
It wasn't there. I don't know.
Yeah. But that's our review. Non-spoiler review for any of you out there.
I don't know. I would suggest watching it if you don't have anything to watch. I think it's interesting and it's a good concept, but it's not the greatest of all. I mean,
films, yeah. It's not his best work, I would say.
I would watch this like at home. Like, oh, this is something cool to watch tonight. I don't know if I would go back to a theater to watch it.
I think it's an interesting enough movie to keep your attention the whole way, and I do think it is worth at least one watch. Just to have your mind thinking. Yeah. So, how would you rate it?
I was gonna rate it a 6.
Hey.
That's what you were gonna rate it too?
6. Yeah.
Okay. Not bad.
Let's go. So you heard it here first. 6 out of 10 for us. And if you want to hear spoilers real quick, we're gonna give like a little 2-minute just talk about little things. And we will see you later if you're leaving.
Okay. Where do you want to start?
Spider-Girl.
Spider-Girl. Dude, that was crazy. Okay, that was supposed to be very impactful, I think, and very like scary, but we just started cracking up.
I know.
And the people next to us were laughing. I couldn't hold it.
We were all laughing. Okay, so basically all of these characters were on the island because they all had a pre-existing medical condition, such as seizures or schizophrenia.
Yeah, and one girl in particular had just a calcium
deficiency with her bones.
And so,
when she was growing real old,
hold on. Okay, so she had a calcium deficiency, and she was like she was obsessed with her looks, like absolutely obsessed with how she looked. Mm-hmm. Well, then she started getting older, like with all these other people,
and getting older. Wrinkles.
And since she doesn't have that calcium in her bones are like really brittle, like especially when she's old because they're already brittle,
Mm-hmm.
And so she goes out and hides in a cave because she doesn't want anyone to see her.
Yeah, like
because her makeup's coming down and she's old, and so Anyways, two of the kids, they had to run away because someone else was getting killed. So they ran and hid in the cave too and lit a match. And she's just like, no, don't look at me. And picks up a rock. But she wasn't strong enough to hold it. So it just breaks her arm. And then so her arm's like backwards. And then it heals because time goes by so fast on the island.
Her
arm
her bone doesn't
backwards.
break, it like wiggles. Yeah, it healed backwards. Yeah,
because she like broke her arm backwards and then automatically
grew back right away.
Yeah. So describe the tunnel.
And then she was she was still like chasing him. And she was trying to crawl towards him, and every step she took, her arm broke, and it would be broken in the wrong direction. At the point where she was like squirming around with all her legs and arms broken in the wrong direction.
Every time she tried to move, she broke something, and then it would immediately heal in that position. And so
it's not funny that she broke it. I think
it was supposed to be scary.
I think it's just funny because it was so unexpected. Like she was like supposed to be scary, like lifting this rock, and then all of a sudden, boom! Her arm just breaks out of nowhere.
And then she finally just starts going crazy and breaks all these bones. And you look back at her, and she's like a human pretzel.
Yeah,
because everything she's like a legit pretzel.
Yeah,
everything's like she's in a ball with her like limbs sticking out. It's like weird.
No, yeah, it's pretty.
It's
I mean, I guess the imagery of it was pretty freaky. The end result of it.
Yeah.
But
every day I wake up and I break my bones. You know what I'm talking about? Scene? My skin is made of glass or something, or made of paper.
Paper skin.
Yeah. Paper skin. That's so funny.
I guess we can talk about the ending. The ending was basically, they would take people with pre-existing conditions like we said, schizophrenia or heart disease or like seizures, and they would put them on this island. They would give them medicine because it's an island resort, so they think they're on vacation. These families, and they give them a drink, and they put medicine in it that like a testing medicine that they test on them, and they age rapidly, so they can see the results over time way faster.
So like if Noah had, frequent seizures, and then I had a experimental like medicine for him that'll stop that, I'll give it to him, send him to this island. And then I can see 16 years worth of progress in a day. Or no, it was like 50. It was 50 years of progress in one day.
Yeah, and
the girl with seizures survived 16 years worth
without having a seizure.
Right, but it was only like
so
8
it showed
hours.
that it worked after 16 years. So they went ahead and produced that. So it's kind of like sacrificing that group of people to save millions of people to distribute the medicine.
But it wasn't just that group of people. They were like the 76th test people or whatever.
Yeah, it's morally it was super wrong, but it's just a crazy concept in the end.
It's insane. Keep it on the same rating.
Yeah, 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10.
We would still recommend it though. I think we recommend you watch it, right?
Yeah, I would recommend it.
Yeah. Okay, well, just make sure y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching. Make sure y'all follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and make sure get ready because we will be reviewing. We will be getting ready for our season finale of the Hooligan Hangout Season 5 real soon, so you will see that uploaded sometime this coming week. And follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and our new TikTok. We'll be posting some behind the scenes on our YouTube as well. So and say hi to your mom for us.